Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and we're going inside the war room with the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to take a look at their team needs and see what players could be possible targets to fill those team needs. But first, let's take a look at the draft selections that they have upcoming this April.
Now, here are the selections the Cardinals have coming into the draft. They don't have a 7th round pick, but they do have 2 6th round selections. And overall, I don't think the Cardinals are a bad football team, but they do have some areas that can use some improvement. When you look at their team needs, obviously they need a quarterback. That's the biggest need, in my opinion, for the Cardinals. Their offensive line could be a byproduct of the quarterback play, but they also need linemen. So they have some options to go in this draft, and this is a deep draft overall. Look in the 1st round, pick number 7. I think they go with a guard. I think Chance Warmack will be a great fit for this offensive line. And the reason why I have Warmack going to the Cardinals is due to the fact that I believe Geno Smith will be off the board. So you take the next best option. I do believe the offensive lineman out of Alabama makes a lot of sense for the Cardinals. In the 2nd round, I think this is where they can get their quarterback. Tyler Wilson has every attribute that you want out of a quarterback. Reminds me a lot of Brett Favre, and that's the good and the bad. The fact that he can see it and throw it and has that strong arm and trust his arm, I like that about him, but it does get him in trouble at times by forcing passes. But nonetheless, he will be the best option, I think the best fit for that Cardinals passing game. In the 3rd round, the Cardinals do need help in the secondary. I think Earl Wolff, strong safety, will be an outstanding option. Not only can he come up and lay the lumber, he also has the ball skills, and that's rare for a strong safety. I think this would be a great pick in the 3rd round for Arizona. Anytime you're running a 3-4 defense, you have to continue to stockpile outside linebackers. Now, Brandon Jenkins could have been a 1st round pick last year had he not gotten injured. He went back to school, got injured, and that's why he's going to fall probably later in the draft. But if the Cardinals are able to snatch him up, I think that will be a steal for this team. I think later on in the draft, the Cardinals can continue to build depth on that offensive line. So look for a guy like Xavier Nixon to be around. I think that would be an ideal fit. 6'6", 321, outstanding prospect out of Florida. The Cardinals have done a great job in free agency bringing in cornerback talent. I think they can continue to add to that with Dak Swanson out of Sam Houston State. I've watched him a lot in the Southland Conference. Does a great job in man-to-man coverage and also has some underrated ball skills. And with 2 picks in the 6th round, I think they can target another wide receiver to add to that outstanding receiving core. Kenny Stills is a guy that may go higher than this, but in my 7th-round mock draft, I have him falling to Arizona. That would be an ideal fit for that passing game where he can be the 4th option in that offense. Now, when you look at the total selections that I've given the Cardinals in this Cardinals only mock, I think this would be a great fit for a team that don't need as much as people think. I think they're right on the cusp of getting back to where they want to be, and that's atop the NFC West and getting into the playoffs. I also want to send a huge shout out to Cardinal fan forums for always showing football game plan support.